Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we have a review of this knife here. This is a Civivi Brazen Tanto version. This is a pretty popular Civivi knife right now, and I figured I'd take a look at it. So here we are. Alright, let's go ahead and start in with our size comparisons and measurements and all kinds of stuff like that. Adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, let's grab our ruler here. Get over here, ruler. There we go. Let's take a blade length measurement. We are looking at a little bit over 3.5 inches, actually, like 3.7. I mean, not quite 3 1/4, but close to 3 1/4 than 3 1/2. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. So there's your size. It's a full size knife for sure. Let's jump in with our size comparisons. Here's the Rat 1 and the Rat 2. So yeah, definitely. There we go. Let's scoop those up. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next up, let's bring out the PM2. And where'd my bug out go? There he is. The bug out seems to always go missing. Have you guys noticed? And the bug out. So yeah, lining up the pivots. Yeah, just a little bit bigger than a bug out. Next, let's bring out our Civivi comparisons. Here is, obviously, the Elementum. And our Praxis. So, bigger than the Elementum. Not quite as big as the Praxis, but very few Civivi knives are. And next up, let's have one of my favorite Civivi knives ever, the Vexor, which is just a beast of a knife. This knife is huge. And one more, since I just have it here on the table right now, here's a very new Civivi. Here is the Civivi Bow, designed by Brazen. So, little tiny knife. But what are we looking at here material-wise? We are looking at D2 blade with dual flat grind, so compound grind, G10 handles, steel liner, steel clip, pretty much basic Civivi. D2, steel, G10 liner lock. So, yeah, cage ceramic bearings. Good deal. Dual deployment methods, thumb stud, flipper. There are a couple different versions of this knife. This is the all black, the murdered out one, the tactical version. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and go cut some cardboard, shall we? All right. Let's put the... Whoop. Where is it? There it is, on the table. Let's put the Civivi Brazen to use. So, Tanto blade. Pretty aggressive Tanto, actually, with a little bit of a drop. Civivi seems to be doing that with their Tantos, having them be a little bit of a drop point, which I'm not complaining about. I think it works good. So, this knife, I measured it at 15 thousandths behind the edge on the flats, or on the main grind and the Tanto tip. You know, usually with a Tanto, the grinds are different. You know, you have like a thinner, slicier grind here on the main edge, and then a thicker, beefier grind on the towards the tip. So they didn't do that here, but you know, there you still get some of that Tanto utility, scraping and you know just having a secondary edge. So yeah, let's see what we got here. So let's use just that Tanto tip. Yeah, it's a Civivi, guys. It's super slicey. You know, really, what did you expect? Juggling cardboard, huh? That tip is good for nice scoring cuts. I need to find a better way to do my cardboard cutting, you know? Maybe we'll do like how I used to do it, where I'd get on the floor. I don't know, I stopped doing that because you guys couldn't see what I was doing. But anyways. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Super slicey, like most Civivis. So, how's it carry? Well, actually, let's talk about the action. This has a good action. I do prefer the thumb flick to the flipper tab. I think the detent just works better for the thumb studs. You can reverse flick it. Nice drop. Really, really good. You can hear people yelling in the background. But yeah, really good. The blade looks nice. Again, very thin. How's it carry? Has a reversible clip, as you can see, because this guy's mounted for left side carry. Basic Civivi clip, you know, nothing new. It's a Civivi clip, which is a clip that I think is fine. You know, I think Civivi's clips are okay. Not extraordinary, not bad, just okay. I should not have worn a black shirt today. Oh, where'd the knife go? But yeah, how are the Ergos? The Ergos are very nice, actually. Pretty neutral grip. You have this big choil here, but very nice Ergos. Got good jimping up here. I like the jimping. You know, you really feel like you have a lot of control over the blade. And if you're putting this into tactical situations, I don't know, whatever. I guess. But I think it works fine as an EDC knife, and yeah. Nothing really bad to complain about there. So, let's go finish off this review, shall we? Alright, so, what am I liking, not liking about the Civivi Brazen Tanto? So first off, there's a lot of versions of this knife available. So, you know, as with most Civivis, there are several different versions available, including one in purple, which I do like purple G10, so we'll, you know, yeah, I like it. Next thing I like is it has these external stop pins. And yes, these are... Is it going to start raining? Gosh dang, I can't win for losing. External stop pins. Yes, these are external, not internal, since they are part of the blade. I like that. Helps with, you know, a little bit of added strength. Next thing, I like the looks of this knife. It looks kind of like a muscle car, like a Camaro or something. Nice and aggressive. I like that. Wow. Good thing this D2 blade is coated. Gosh dang. Here comes the rains. Well, this might have to be continued later. Gosh. Oh, man. You know, it never rains in New Mexico unless I'm trying to film a video. Alright, well, we'll be back eventually. Alright, the rain stopped, so we can continue with our videos. Am I going to cut out everything before the rain? Or am I going to edit out what my crying and complaining when it started raining? No, I'm not, because you know what? I want you guys to know I'm genuine. Anyways, where were we? Next thing I like is the Ergos. This is a very comfortable knife. Very, very comfortable. I enjoy this quite a bit. Ironically, having the clip on the left-hand side is more comfortable because, you know, it is one of those clips that, you know, you can feel it in your hand. And here, you know, your fingers just kind of go around it. But still, very comfortable knife. Big, big fan. Next, the action's good. Thumb studs work great. First flick is good. Flipper is my least favorite deployment option on this knife, but you have it if you want it. And honestly, this flipper does work better than some Civivi flippers because it's a little bit higher than the center point of the pivot. So you get some leverage on it. So yeah, that's nice. Centering was dead on from the factory. You have T8 body screws as well as a pivot. Gotta love that. The all murdered out version does look pretty good. Yeah, the blade is nice and slicey. We'll talk a little bit more about the blade, but it's a good blade. It works well. Like most Civivi knives, the branding on the blade is minimal. In fact, it just says D2 there on the flipper tab, and the tiniest lettering possible, so that's cool. The thumb studs are nice and comfortable. They're located well for both right hand and left hand deployment, so that's very nice. Reverse flick left-handed all day, every day. So yeah, I do like the jimping up here. It's very nice. It's functional, gives you a good spot to rest your thumb, and yeah. Okay, so what do I not like about this knife? So first thing, I don't understand why they had the blade be nearly the same thickness behind the edge here as well as here, and they're both flat grinds. Because, you know, this, you still do get a lot of the utility that you get with most Tantos with this knife. You know, you can do your scraping, you can do utility cuts a little bit better, you have the secondary point, you have the secondary edge separate from this one. So, you know, but typically with Tantos, I like to see sliciness here and then more thickness out here. In my review of the Best Tech Paladin, which I highly recommend you check out, I love that knife. I reviewed the Tanto version as well. And the tip was quite a bit thicker than the main portion of the blade. And for me, that was good for like crunching down on zip ties and pallet straps and stuff like that. And so that's something that I do feel like this knife is kind of missing out on. So, yeah. Oh, I guess a good thing I forgot to mention is reversible clip. I don't know if I said that yet, but reversible clip, whatever. So yeah, next thing, I just don't like Civivi's G10. I know I've ragged on it a lot, but you know, it is what it is. Next thing, like most Civivi knives that have a flipper and thumb studs, I feel like the D10 is more tuned for the thumb stud or thumb hole or whatever than it is for the flipper. In fact, this flipper, the best thing it has going for it is being above the center line of the pivot, and that gives you all the leverage you need to flip it. If this flipper tab was like right here, this knife would be, in my opinion, it would be a terrible flipper. I would hate it. Jeez, I keep hitting my camera stand. But yeah. So that's pretty cool. The next thing I just kind of want to not really complain. Well, yeah, I guess next time negative is this just feels like another Civivi. It just feels like another Civivi. And I know people were kind of going nuts when this first came out. Oh, Civivi made a tactical folder. And, I mean, I guess, but, you know, this is pretty tactical. I mean, I could definitely see this having tactical applications. Wait for that wind to calm down. But, you know, it does just feel like another good EDC knife. And here's the thing. Civivi does make good EDC knives. But, I don't know. This just, to me at least, I know a lot of people love this knife, and honestly, I might end up with a purple version of this knife because I do like this knife. This is a good knife. In fact, I do like this more than some other Civivis I've had. Sometimes I get a little bit negative on Civivi. I do not hate Civivi. In fact, I have more Civivi knives than any other knife. This knife is not staying in my collection. This knife will be moving on. But you know, it just feels like another Civivi knife. Another Civivi. And, you know, people are kind of going crazy about it right now. I'm not sure if this knife will be, you know, remembered next year. It has a lot going for it. You know, it looks cool. It performs well. It's got, you know, Civivi action, which I can sometimes complain about. But this one actually does have a very good action compared to some Civivis I've had. But, yeah, you know, it's a good knife. It is a good knife. To me, though, it's just not an outstanding knife. And that's my honest conclusion, is that this is a fantastic knife. If you're buying this to work with, if you're buying this as your EDC, your user, you know, your budget beater, it will work for you. And it will do good. It will do really good. This is a great knife design. But I feel like we've seen it before from Civivi. And I mean, literally, we have the drop point Brazen. But besides that, it's just a budget knife. And it's a good knife but it doesn't really stand out in the crowd for me. And maybe I'm being a little bit too critical, but those are my honest thoughts. So can I recommend this knife? Yes, absolutely, 100%. I can recommend this knife. This is a great knife. For me, I'm going to slide on this one. But definitely a good knife. I can definitely see why so many people love it. It's just awesome. But also kind of plain. So, there you have it, guys. I hope you liked this video. Leave it a like. Go ahead and comment down below telling me what you think about this knife. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.